Good day, my dear students. For today's video, we're going to move forward with our new lesson, which is about the use of bearings in navigation. So, the learning competency that we wanted to target is that you, my dear learner, should be able to solve practical problems involving the use of bearings in navigation. So, first things first, my dear students, let's have a little recap of your understanding of primary and secondary directions. So way back elementary years, 'di ba po alam natin that this is the north, this is the east, this is the south, and this is the west. And aside from that, from our social studies and araling panlipunan, so natutuhan po natin yung mga pangalawang direction or our secondary directions which are, so this is what we call the northeast kasi po nasa gitna siya ni north at ni east. Southeast, this is the southwest, and this is the northwest. Kaya nga po baga meron tayong notion of the Southeast Asia because in our globe, Southeast Asian nations, my dear students, are not technically in the south, but it's not technically in the east, but something in between. So ito, my dear students, itong primary and secondary directions, these are the directions that we use in maritime transportation and in navigation para malocate natin kung ano yung location natin. However, my dear students, may mga pagkakataon na hindi pa rin sapat itong secondary directions natin para matarget talaga natin yung exact location. That's why we have these bearings. The bearings, my dear students, are a way of describing direction using angles. They are used in navigation, maps, compasses, travel, aviation, and maritime navigation to tell exactly which way something is moving or where something is located. So for example, meron tayo ditong N, 30 degrees, and E. So yung tamang pagbasa po natin dito is 30 degrees east of north. So anong ibig sabihin nun? From north, we will turn 30 degrees going to the east. Yun po yung ibig sabihin niya. Pero the way we read it, kailangan po 30 degrees east of north. Now, my dear students, using again our compass, we know na yung mga direction natin, it has a certain degree. At lagi po nating pakakatandaan na ang laging reference po ng bearings is the north and the south. Itong line na ito po ang tinatawag nating reference. Now, my dear students, north po, or pag meron na kayong narinig na due north, alam po natin na ang measurement niyan is 0 degree. And due east, ibig sabihin po, talagang naka-east siya, and that measures 90 degrees. Due south, my dear students, that measures 180 degrees. And due west, that measures 270 degrees. And north, my dear students, also measures 360 degrees. So, ibig sabihin po, it's either 0 degrees or 360 degrees. Lahat po yan, ang tinutungo po is the north itself. Okay, we have two types of bearings. We have the true bearing and the quadrant bearing. For the true bearing, it uses angles only. True bearing also measured clockwise from the north, and it ranges 0 to 360 degrees and are written in 3 digits. So for example, we have here 30 degrees, 220 degrees, and 285 degrees. So lahat po yan, my dear students, are what we call the true bearing. Okay po. Pakatatandaan po na it always starts with the north. Okay, si quadrant bearing naman, my dear students, para din naman siyang true bearing. However, dito kay quadrant bearing, dito nyo na makikita yung mga cardinal directions natin. When we say cardinal direction, these are the north, the east, the south, and the west. Okay, and katabi po siya ng mga angles less than 90 degrees. Okay, so ibig sabihin po, meron siyang acute angles. And it uses first the north or the south. Apo, kasi dito po kay quadrant bearing, my dear students, ang pinaka-reference natin is the north and the south. Ito pong vertical natin na ito, this is what we call the reference po ng ating quadrant bearing. And it is followed by the angle. Then after po ng angle, kung ano po yung direction na tinutungo. So for example, we have here 30 degrees east of north. Opo. So kung makikita natin, and 30 degrees E. Lagi pong mauuna si north or si south, then followed by the angle, then followed by the east or the west. Pero yung tama pong pagbasa nito is 30 degrees, 30 degrees east of north. Also ito, 40 degrees west of south, 75 degrees west of north. Okay, so to illustrate kung bakit si true bearing and si quadrant bearing are just similar with each other, let us have these examples po. And let us illustrate it using our Cartesian coordinate plane or yun pong nasa compass natin using our cardinal direction. So again, sabi po natin, di ba, let's start with n 30 degrees E or formally read as 30 degrees east of north. Okay, so sabi natin, di ba, under quadrant bearing, it always starts with the north and the south. Kaya yun pong primary arrow natin showing or representing our direction is in the north. Apo, so sa north tayo, then it turns daw po 30 degrees going to the east. Apo, so ibig sabihin po, this angle, my dear students, this measures 30 degrees. So, yan po, my dear students, yung tinatawag natin the quadrant bearing. And also, this is the true bearing. Kasi di ba po kay true bearing, lagi siyang nag-i-start with the north. Wala pong ibang pinag-i-start ng si true bearing, only the north po. Opo. So, from the north, mang-move po siya clockwise. Di ba po, pag sinabi natin clockwise, pag ganito yung ikot. Opo, this is the clockwise. Katulad po kung paano umikot yung clock natin. So, from the north, 30 degrees daw po clockwise. So, ibig sabihin, nandito po yung new direction natin or yung bearing natin. So, meaning to say, 30 degrees na true bearing is just equal with 30 degrees east of north when we transformed it into quadrant bearing. Okay, how about this one? So, 40 degrees west of south. Okay, so yung reference naman natin dito, under the quadrant bearing, we will use the green ink po for the quadrant bearing. So, let's start from the south. From the south daw po, we will turn 40 degrees going to the west. Okay, so this is the west. So, magme-measure tayo ng 40 degrees going po dito sa west. So, let's measure. So, for example, this is 40 degrees. Okay, so ibig sabihin po, ito po yan, yung nabuong angle ni south and going to the west. So, ito po, my dear students, yung nagme-measure ng 40 degrees. So, this means that this is the quadrant bearing of 40 degrees west of south. So, bakit siya naging kaparehas kay 220 na true bearing? Okay, from the north, 220 degrees going clockwise, my dear students, is also this one. Okay, so ito po, my dear students, this is 220 degrees. Kaya po, my dear students, same si true bearing kay quadrant bearing. It is just that si quadrant bearing, meron po siyang cardinal direction. But same lang naman po sila. Opo. So, bakit siya naging 120 degrees, ma'am? Paano ko po malalaman na 220 degrees siya? Di ba po alam natin na from the north and the east, we know that this is 90 degrees. So, meaning to say, this is also 90 degrees. So, that makes it 180 degrees plus 40. 180 degrees plus 40, that is 220. So we have 75 degrees west of north. Okay, 75 degrees west of north. Kahit po binabasa natin siya na nauuna si west, ang reference po is always the north and the south. So this time, si north yung unahin natin. So north po tayo, then let's move daw po 75 degrees towards the west. Okay? So okay, nandito yung west natin. So let's move 75 degrees. Okay, so from the north to the west, this measures 75 degrees. Ngayon, my dear students, 75 degrees west of north is just similar with the true bearing 285 degrees. Bakit po? Sabi natin, di ba? True bearing always starts with the north. Opo, and it measures clockwise. So, ibig sabihin po, from the north, kapag umikot po siya clockwise, ito po, my dear students, na angle na ito, this measures 285. Bakit po? Again, this is 90 degrees, di ba po? This is also 90 degrees, and this is 90 degrees. Ngayon, my dear students, if this is 75 degrees, if lahat ng quadrant measures 90 degrees, so 90 minus 75, alam natin na this angle measures 15 degrees. So add natin yan, 90 plus 90 plus 90, that is 270, plus 15, that is 285. That's why, my dear students, si true bearing natin na 285 degrees is just equal with our quadrant bearing, which is 75 degrees west of north. Okay, are there still questions? If you have questions, please don't hesitate to comment down below. And now let us apply our understanding of bearings, both the quadrant and the true bearings, in our example problem. So for example number 1, the route for the coastal rescue mission begins at the point X and travels in the direction 35 degrees east of north to point Y. Then from Y, the team proceeds 60 degrees east of south to point Z and finally returns directly to X, forming a triangular path. Point Z is known to be 10 kilometers directly east of point X. Approximate the total distance traveled by the rescue team. Okay, so sabi natin, di ba, sa lahat po ng pag-aaral natin sa math, kailangan po na visualize natin yung problem. So let us first create the illustration of the route. Okay, so the route po for the coastal rescue mission begins at point X and travels in direction 35 degrees east of north. Okay, so first, for example, this is the point X. Okay, so si point X daw po, it travels 35 degrees east of north. So, nandito po siya. This measures 35 degrees from the north going to the east. Okay po? Say, this point, my dear students, is our point Y. So, ibig sabihin, magkakaroon ulit tayo ng another Cartesian coordinate plane showing po where is the north, the east, the south, and the west. Then, magmo-move po tayo 60 degrees east of south. Okay, so this is the east, my dear students, and this is the south, meaning to say po, dito, yun pong next na direction niya. So, if this is the point Y, from point Y, pupunta po si rescue team to point Z. So, this is the point Z. And finally, returns directly to X, forming a triangular path. The point Z po is known to be 10 kilometers directly east. So, ibig sabihin po, si Z daw po is directly east. So, ito po si X, directly east daw po si point Z. Kaya po, ibig sabihin po, from Z, pumunta po siya again kay X in the path or in the distance of 10 kilometers. Nahanap po natin dito is yung total distance. So meaning to say, kailangan po muna nating hanapin yung side na ito and yung side na ito. So to solve this problem, kailangan po malaman muna natin kung ano yung mga angles niya. Kasi po hindi po natin malalaman yung side kung hindi natin alam yung angles. So ang una po natin actually makukuhang angle is this one. Bakit po yan? Kasi po alam natin that this angle measures 90 degrees. Di ba po lahat ng angle na pa L is 90 degrees. Alam natin that this is 35 degrees, which means para maging 90 ito lahat, kailangan po isubtract ko 90 minus 35. That will give me 55 degrees. Meaning to say, ito pong angle na ito, this is 55 degrees. Ngayon po, my dear students, ano pa yung pwede nating gawin? Kapag pinagpatuloy po natin itong line na ito, my dear students, ano pong mabubuo niya? We can create the right triangle. At sa right triangle, alam po natin na this measures 90 degrees. At ang isang buong triangle, it measures 180 degrees, correct? So, ibig sabihin po, 180 minus 90 minus 55 degrees. So, this gives us a measurement of this angle. Itong angle na ito, this measures 35 degrees. Bakit po? 35 plus 55, ito pong interior angles nitong triangle na ito. So we have 35 plus 55 plus 90, that will give us 180 degrees. Okay na. So ibig sabihin po, 35 degrees plus this one, the 60 degrees, the total measurement of this angle po is how many? So we know that this is 95 degrees. 'Di ba po? Pag pinaghalo natin itong dalawang ito. And since alam natin na this is 55 degrees plus 95 degrees, sabi natin, 'di ba po, ilan nga po yung angle ng triangle? We have 180 degrees. So 55 degrees plus 95 degrees, that will give me 150 degrees. At since 150 na itong dalawa, sabi natin 180 ang summation ng interior angles ng isang triangle. So 180 minus 150, this will give me 30 degrees. Okay na po ba? Naiintindihan po? So now, pwede na nating i-analyze si illustration natin. Given na meron tayong angle dito at may side tayo dito, we have a perfect pair. Opo, perfect pair na siya ng side and its opposite angle. So kapag meron pong ganito, ano nga pong law yung gagamitin natin? We have the law of sines, correct? So, using the law of sines, pwede nating mahanap itong side na ito given yung angle nito at yung opposite side niya. So, we have, let's say that this is the angle A. So, we have A over sine A is equal to B over sine B. So, sabi natin, di ba, let's assume that this is the side A. So, we have 10 over the sine of its opposite. Yung ka-opposite niya po is angle 95. So, we have 95 degrees is equal to B, this side. Let's call this as the side B. Yung side B natin is from Y to Z. Kaya ilagay natin YZ over sine, ano po, yung ka-opposite nito. So, we have 55. So, let's cross multiply. So, sine 95 multiplied by YZ is equal to 10 multiplied by sine 55. Okay, so sabi natin, interested lang tayo by the distance of YZ. So let's divide both sides by sine 95. So let's cancel 95. So YZ is equal to, in our calculator, so we have 10 multiplied by sine 55. So divide natin by sine 95. So that will give me 8.22 approximately. So 8.22. So since this is in kilometers, alam natin na unit measurement is kilometers din. Okay, so ano pa yung nawawala? Meron na tayo nitong side na ito. Ito pong side na ito, i-compute natin. So again, gamitin pa rin natin yung given natin na yung angle na ito and yung side na ito. So we have A over sine A is equal to C over sine C. Okay, so si A natin, we have 10 kilometers over, so ano po yung ka-opposite niya? 95. So we have sine 95 degrees is equal to RC. This time, this is RC. So that is XY. So we have XY over the sine C natin. What is the angle opposite with this side? This is 30. So ibig sabihin we have 30 degrees here. So let us cross multiply. So we have 10 multiplied by sine 30 is equal to XY multiplied by sine 95. So since ang interest po natin is to get the value or the distance of XY, so divide both sides natin by sine 95. So makakancel siya. So our XY is equal to, in our calculator, we have 10 multiplied by the sine 30. Okay, divided by, so divided by sine 95. So that will give me 5.02. So we have 5.02 kilometers. And this is our answer for XY. Pero po, my dear students, hindi pa po dyan nagtatapos yung ating solution because our interest is to find for the total distance traveled. And in order for us to do that, kailangan po i-add po natin silang lahat. So we have total distance is equal to 10 kilometers plus 8.22 kilometers plus the 5.02 kilometers in our calculator. So let's use this na. So have 8.22 plus 10. So that will give me an approximate answer of 23.24 kilometers. So meaning to say the total distance is 23.24 kilometers. And this, my dear students, is our final answer for this problem. Okay, how about for example number 2? Two ships leave the same harbor at the same time. Ship A sails on a course of 45 degrees at 16 knots, while ship B sails on a course 310 degrees at 20 knots. After 3 hours, find A, the distance between two ships, and B, the bearing from ship A to ship B. Okay, first things first, wag po tayong magsosolve pag hindi po natin naiintindihan si problem, okay? So in order for us to truly understand it is by imagining kung ano yung situation ni problem. So again, let us have these coordinates showing our north, east, south, and west. Okay, so sabi natin, for example, this is the harbor. From the harbor, nag-travel si ship A 45 degrees at 16 knots. So first, ano pa pong ibig sabihin natin by 16 knots? 16 knots, my dear students, knots is equal siya, my dear students, to nautical miles per hour. And when we say nautical miles, my dear students, this is the unit measurement when we are dealing with marine transportation. Kaya ibig sabihin po, we have here 16 nautical miles per hour. Opo. So, 16 nautical miles per hour siya. And also, we have ship B na 310 degrees. Yung bearing niya, which is yung speed niya is 20 knots. So 20 knots, my dear students, this means meron siyang 20 nautical miles per hour. So after 3 hours, find the distance between the ship. Okay, so distance po yung interest natin. So from the speed, kailangan po mahanap natin si distance. So we know po, di ba, that speed is equal to distance over time. So that is nautical miles per hour. So ang kailangan natin is si distance. So in order for us to get that, we need to multiply both sides by the t. Opo, so si distance natin is equal to t times the s or the speed. So given sa atin si speed of 16 nautical miles per hour. Okay, so for our first distance, sabihin na natin that the distance of the ship A is equal to the time. So alam natin that that is 3 hours given by our problem. Multiplied tayo by the speed of 16. Si ship A, naglalakbay siya by 16 nautical miles per hour. Okay, so ibig sabihin po, makakancel si R, ang matitira na lang si nautical miles. So 16 times 3, this is 48 nautical miles. Okay, so ibig sabihin po, pwede na natin itong palitan by 48 since po yung goal natin is to find for this distance. So we have here 48 nautical miles. And also, let us get the distance of the B naman, of the ship B. So again, we have 3 hours. Multiply natin by 20 nautical miles per hour. Okay, so makakancel siya si hours. So matitira na lang si nautical miles. 20 times 3, this is 60. So we have 60 nautical miles. This is the distance of the ship B, yung travel niya. So ito pwede na natin tong palitan by 60 nautical miles. Okay, so yung interest natin, first is to get the distance between two ships. Distance daw po by ship A and ship B. Okay, so given this problem, ano po kayong pwede natin maging strategy? So first strategy natin, pwede nating alamin kung ano naman yung measurement nito. Kasi alam natin na itong white, this is 45 degrees. And alam natin na itong violet from the north to this side, opo, so that is 310 degrees. So ano po kaya yung measurement nito? So sabi natin 'di ba, a whole ito pong buong ito, we have 360. So since ito na lang yung natitira, so 360 minus 310, so alam natin that this is 50 degrees. So ibig sabihin po yung kabuuan po nitong angle na ito, this measures ilan po? So this measures 95 degrees. Opo, pag pinaghalo silang dalawa, we know that this is 95 degrees. So, meron na tayong one angle and two sides available. Ngayon class, under the oblique triangles, kasi alam natin na if this is 95 degrees, so ibig sabihin po hindi ito pwedeng maging 90 degrees din. Or one of these cannot be 90 degrees. Kailangan lang po na magi siyang acute angle. So, alin kaya sa dalawang laws yung pwede nating magamit considering that this side and this side, yung nabuo nila is an included angle of 95 degrees. So that is correct. We can use the cosine law. Kasi po si 95 degrees is an included angle of this side and this side. And yung co-opposite niya is actually the side C. So we have C squared is equal to A squared plus the B squared minus 2AB cosine C. Okay, so yung C, yung interest natin kasi siya yung ka-opposite nito pong included angle natin. So C squared is equal to our A. Let's assume that this is the side A. So we have 6 squared plus 48 squared minus 2 multiplied by 60 multiplied by 48 cosine C. Okay, so alin po yung pwede nating i-solve? So we have 60 squared, this is 3,600 plus 48 squared, that is 2,304 minus 2 times 60 times 48, 2 times 60 times 48. So we have 5,760 cosine C. Pero si C natin, my dear students, alam natin that this measures, ano po yung value natin? That is 95. So we have here 95 degrees, 95 degrees. Okay, so ito, pwede na natin itong i-calculate. So multiply natin by cosine 95. So that will give us negative minus the negative 502.02. Okay, so is equal to 3. So 60 squared plus 48 squared is equal to 5,904. So ibig sabihin po negative times negative, this will be positive. So this will give me, okay, plus tayo, 502.12. So that will give me 6,406.12. So this is the C squared. Okay, ang kailangan lang po natin si C. So let's square root both sides of the equation. Makakancel siya. So C is equal to the square root of the answer. That will give me 80.04 approximately. So we have 80.04 nautical miles. And this, my dear students, is our answer for problem letter A. Okay, so let's proceed with question letter B. Find the bearing from ship A to ship B. Okay, so to find the true bearing from ship A to ship B, first we need to establish a navigational reference line at ship A. Kasi po si ship A na ngayon, my dear students, yung kailangan nating tignan, hindi na po si harbor. So alam natin that the initial bearing, which is the 45 degrees here, my dear students, is the direction from the harbor to ship A. So kailangan po, my dear students, we need to find the direction from ship A this time back to the harbor. Ibig sabihin po, we need to calculate the reciprocal bearing. Or in other references, they call that the back bearing. Kasi po, my dear students, if we're going to visualize it, from A to the harbor na tayo, from ship A to the harbor na tayo. So, meaning to say, my dear students, hindi na lang po siya 45 degrees. Opo, kasi sabi natin, di ba, that the true bearing always starts with the north. So, ibig sabihin po, if this is our ship A, yun pong bearing natin, our true bearing must be this one. From the north to this one. So, if this is 90, 90 plus 90, then ito po, di ba, if this is 45 degrees, alam natin na this is 45 degrees din kasi ang kalahati po ng 90 is 45. So, ibig sabihin, tig 45 po sila. So, 90 plus 90 plus 45, we know that this is 225 degrees. So, this 25 degrees, my dear students, this is now a reference line representing the direction of the harbor from ship A. Okay, so since meron na tayo 225, okay, so yung next po natin, we need to get the angle between the ship A going to the harbor and from ship A going to ship B. So, ibig sabihin po, ito po yan. So, still, we can use this triangle, di ba po? So, given po na ito, ang katapat niya is this angle. So, let's call this as the angle alpha. So, since alam natin that this is angle 95 degrees, meron siya ditong, ito pong distance natin from A to B that measures 80.04 nautical miles as computed natin dito. Pwede natin siyang gamitin as the first pair. This is the A, this is the side A, and this is the A, angle A. And ito po, gamitin natin siya as RB. So we have A over the sine A is equal to B over our sine B. Okay, RA, my dear students, gamitin natin ito si 80.04 over the sine. So ano po yung ka-opposite niya? This one, the 95 degrees. Is equal to the B. So, ang B natin is this one, the 60 nautical miles. So, we have 60 nautical miles all over the sine are alpha this time kasi ito po yung interest natin. So, again, we need to cross multiply. So, that will give us 60 multiplied by sine 95. So, is equal to the sine alpha multiplied by 80.04. So, divide both sides natin by 80.04. So, 80.04. So, makakancel siya. So, we will have 60 multiplied by sine 95. So, that will give us 59.77 divided by 80.04. So, that is 0.75 approximately. So, sine alpha. Ang kailangan lang po natin is si alpha the angle. Kaya lipat po natin sa kabila. That is arc sine of 0.75 is equal to our alpha. So, shift sine tayo or the arc sine of the answer. So, that will give me 48.31. So, the value of our alpha is approximately equal to 48.31 degrees. Okay. So, now, my dear students, so ibig sabihin po, my dear students, if this is our A, going to be, my dear students, kung ilan daw po yan lahat, the true bearing of A, so ibig sabihin, ito po yan lahat, my dear students, kasi going to be, di ba po? So, ibig sabihin, we have 225 plus this alpha, that is the true bearing of ship A going to ship B. This is the ship A, di ba po? Going to ship B. So, yung true bearing natin will be equal to 225 degrees plus 48.31 degrees. So add natin plus 225. So that will give me 273.31. So approximately that is 273.31 degrees. This is the true bearing of ship A going to ship B. Okay, for question number 3, a ship sailed from a port with a bearing of 22 degrees east of south. How far south has the ship traveled after covering a distance of 327 kilometers? So first things first, let's assume that the center is the port. Okay, itong center siya po si port. And the ship daw po traveled 22 degrees east of south. Okay, so nandito siya, which covers 327 kilometers. Okay, so kung ipagpapatuloy po natin yung ating diagram, we can have a right triangle. Kasi po, di ba, meron siya ditong one right angle. So, we know na ang mga katapat ni right angle is our hypotenuse. And when we say how far south, we mean to say kung gaano daw kalayo si ship doon daw po or how far downwards that the ship traveled. Parang ganun po yung ibig sabihin ng example number 3 sa atin. So, ang pinapahanap po sa atin is this side. So, in reference po, if this is the angle of reference, ano po yung tawag natin sa side na ito? Is this the opposite or the adjacent? So, since katabi po siya ni angle, we know that this is the adjacent. So, we have po, di ba, the so, the ka, and the TOA when we are dealing with right triangle. So, since we have the adjacent and the hypotenuse, we know na ang gagamitin natin is a cosine. Sine of 22 degrees is equal to the adjacent of x over the hypotenuse of 327 kilometers. So, cross-multiply lang po natin. So, x natin will be equal to cosine 22 multiplied by 327. In our calculator, so that is cosine 22 multiplied by 327. So, that is equal to 303. So, x po is equal to 303.20 kilometers. And this, my dear students, is our answer. Meaning to say, the ship po traveled 303.20 kilometers approximately downwards. So that is the answer for example number 3. So that's it for today, my dear students. If you still have questions, please don't hesitate to comment down below. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye po!